Hello, class. This is Social Service 215, Social Problems and Social Action, Chapter 14, titled The Environment. Environmental problems or social problems in the global north of, in the global north environmental phenomenon are seen as objective, observable within realms of hard sciences. Environmental conditions can become environmental and social problems. Idea of environment socially produced and maintained throughout stories, practices, and norms. Here's figure 14.1, but most heat records were broken in Europe and the United Kingdom in 2019. As you look, you can see the data sets that they're talking about here for years. From May 1st, June 1st, July 1st, and August 1st. Interpretations and causes of environmental problems are also social. Social organization is a focal point for social scientists' interest in environmental problems. Patterns and trends. Social equity takes into account different contexts that shape opportunities and resources. Environmental dispositions, reduction or removal of access to environmental resources previously accessible by powerful people. Environmental justice is a theoretical approach as well as a social movement. And with this term, environmental justice, you want to be familiar with toxic colonialism. Please make sure you review that in great detail. This is figure 14.2, which talks about the yearly temperature anomalies from 1880 to 2019. Figure 14.3 is the heat wave characteristic in 50 large U.S. cities. And it continues here. Continues here as well. As you can see, it's continued. So, data about climate change indicates an overall trend toward a warming climate. Extreme weather events expected to increase with global climate change. So there seems to be a direct correlation there. Definitely read more about this in your chapter readings. Waste is both a social and social justice problem. E-waste pollution. Radioactive waste can be seen like with the fallout from Chernobyl. I always say that wrong, forgive me. And Dakai nuclear plant disaster in Fukushima when the tsunami hit. Chernobyl, that's what it is, fallout from Chernobyl. Okay. For patterns and trends, this is figure 14.4. Please be sure to review. Figure 14.5, relevant national catastrophes, loss events worldwide. It's very interesting. Talks about hurricane, rain, flood, severe storms and tornadoes, flash flood watches, typhoons, floods and landslides, and cyclones all over the world here. So very interesting data. 14.6 is the radiation from the Dakai nuclear power plant disaster when the tsunami hit. So as you can see, it spread out pretty far. Using theory to examine the environment, environmental problems and the issues they create are rarely immediate and direct. Indicators are indirect signs of effects that must be placed within a larger context of meaning. So we take the functionalism approach, attention on social organization and how it might create environmental problems. There's also the ecological modernization theory. Solutions to environmental problems can be found by altering current economic systems to encourage good environmental behaviors. Conspicuous consumption. So being aware of what we're consuming. So definitely read the ecological modernization theory in great detail. Conflict theory. So talks about free environmental labor, produce goods, but has no ability to negotiate prices. Treadmill of production, resources and work generate goods that are sold for profit. The profit is reinvested into the system and waste from the production process is deposited back into the environment. Symbolic interactionism, frame analysis, a theory focused on meanings people give to elements and environment. Frame alignment, presentation, a presentation of information in a way congruent with or complementary complementary to knowledge frame the recipient already has, and cognitive dissonance is clashing of incongruent information. So specialized theories in environmental sociology or risk society emphasizes ways in which conflict between groups of people are increasingly tied to groups' different perceptions of risk. So you have reflective modernization, risk society, risk contracts. So please review those in detail. Then there's ecological dialogue, considers how meanings people give to environmental problems are constantly being renegotiated by the types of direct materials experiences more commonly associated with ecological modernization. Very important concept to be aware of, but please make sure you take time to read here. Realism and then ecological dialogue.